The strangest thing that ever happened to me in a board meeting at Redfin was when we talked about eliminating the commission refund that we offer consumers. We did the analysis and we came to the conclusion that the rational thing to do was to eliminate it. Then one of my favorite board members asked a question I'll never forget. Name one great brand that was built by someone who was entirely rational. Redfin has gone through all sorts of analyses to figure out why we give so much money back to consumers. We're not talking about a few $1,000,000, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. And you would think that the numbers would back us up, that when we give people that much money back, it drives more demand and helps us grow the business. But once we did the analysis, we discovered that we're just giving money away, that if we raise prices, everywhere we've done that, people have still flocked to the service. And so I was very reluctant to present this to the board. It's a mission-driven company. I got into this to put the consumer first. And I knew that once they saw the numbers, they were going to do what boards do, which is squeeze on profits. What should we do about it? Everybody wants to do the right thing. It's just that they don't always feel permission to do the right thing. And you don't need much. You just need one person at the right moment to say, why don't you follow your heart? And it's such a hard-driven, business-oriented world where you always feel like you have to act the part of that pure businessman. But there's some little child inside who wants to do the right thing. In the history of business, whenever you do something that no one else can, you will always find a way to pay for it as long as the customer really values it. Our challenge is to take real estate, which has been a very personal, relationship-driven business. It will still be that way, but to offer it with on-demand convenience, where you can get into a house at a moment's notice, where you can always have your questions answered, whether you're online or on the phone. That has been our challenge, and it just ran into this buzzsaw of expenses because you never know when people are going to have a question. And then we just decided to work backwards from the customer and say, what's the service that we would want? And then we will figure out how to finance it. Redfin is still at the beginning. I know that sounds silly because we've been doing this for a little while, but it's a huge market. I mean, we generate hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue. At the current rates we're growing, it's going to be amazing. But we only have 1 or 2% share of the US housing market. And that can be daunting, but it can also be thrilling that, holy cow, this is a big enchilada. Oh, yeah.